Get a free kick, Jaden Wareham, goal scorer off the away. We view the game from very cinematic.
Start the second half again, level terms. Here we go.
Chelsea get us back underway. We view the game from a very cinematic angle for all of you watching from back home. It was thumped along. One for Alex Kirk to deal with at the back, and Arsenal do get a free kick. Jaden Wareham, goal scorer off the first goal of the night. A man who's penalised. So no changes for either side. For Arsenal, it's still the back three of Agungbo, and Kirk. Zach Swanson, Roa Walters on the wings with Aziz, Salah and Henry Francis in midfield, and then up front it's Omari Hutchinson supporting Mika Biereth. Agungbo. Now Salah. On the way back for Gracic. Heavy touch by Swanson. And himself on the right-hand side of the pitch, the left wing back. Now with a bit of defending to do here up against Harvey Vale. I'll tell you what, when he angled his body for that shot, I didn't think it was on, but actually it wasn't too far away.
Yeah, it was a decent chance, wasn't it? I think it's well worth the effort by Harvey Vale, but I think goalkeeper was always thinking it was going over. It was such a cute angle to take the shot on from, but again, through Arsenal giving the ball away, it's such a worrying trend for me at the moment.
Well, here's Aziz. Twisting and turning, looking for space. It's Agungbo on the overlap on this left-hand side. I know you didn't want to focus on it too much in the first half, Nigel, but it does look like Arsenal have switched to a back four. That's has moved into midfield, and Agungbo on the left-hand side will be playing at left back.
It's okay, switching systems, as I said to you before. You know, it's all about how you adapt to the game that's ongoing in front of you. And if you think that a switch of system is going to give you more ball possession, better rhythm to the game, then absolutely you do that.
There is Swanson battling to win back possession before going on the overlap. There's a cheeky nutmeg for good measure as well. Before finding Hutchinson up one-on-one with Dylan Williams. Gets the better of him again. And his low cross is put out behind by Xavier Mbiyamba.
Yeah, good play, wasn't it, by Arsenal? Good movement. Cross coming in at the end. It's deflected away from a corner, but good little bit of pace in that attack. With Swanson, wasn't it, to start with, down that right-hand side.
And it comes from Hutchinson. Down, not quite away by Wareham. And for Salah to pick up. There is the Dutch midfielder finding Swanson. Now Aziz trying the speculative back heel. It doesn't come off, and Arsenal are forced all the way back. Aziz Agungbo, the man with the ball in his hands at the moment. 19 years old, signed his pro contract for Arsenal in August. And he's naturally a left back as well, so this change in formation will suit him certainly. Hutchinson dropping deep to get himself involved on the right hand side, playing more as an orthodox winger this time. Playing in a more central position in the first half off the front man. Seems like now he's going to occupy the space on that right-hand side. Give Chelsea new boy Dylan Williams something to think about. Here's Aziz on the overlap, left-hand side. One-on-one against Ben Elliott. Now out to Agungbo. Salah again. Aziz had stayed forward. Salah tried to find him with the reverse ball. Chelsea can bring this one out with Charlie Webster. He's looking for Wareham in the channels. Full of running is Jaden Wareham. Easy enough for Graczyk to scoop up. On to Agungbo, back with Orr again. Man who grabbed Arsenal's equaliser. His first under-23 goal this season. His 7th appearance for Kevin Betsy's side, Zach Orr. Given away by Roy Walters. A dangerous position as well. Jaden Wareham the opportunity to look for a pass. He took his time. Chelsea's number 9. Now Dion Rankin. Give and go between him and Ben Elliott. And Henry Francis commits the foul on Chelsea's number 6.
Now it's just looking for a little give and go. Wasn't Rankin and Henry Francis just coming into the back of Elliott. It's the right decision by the referee. It was a free kick. Dangerous little area here. I'm going to whip this in towards the far post or maybe a direct shot.
2 players in blue stood over it. One of them, Lewis Hall. We know exactly what he can do with that left foot. But Charlie Webster on the right. It is Lewis Hall. It's deep. It's looping towards that far post. A huge shout from the Chelsea players for a handball. Given by the referee, James Durkin. And one back on the far side of the pitch by Beereth. Graczyk back out to Alex Kirk. Ball for Hutchinson. Lots of work for him to do up against Williams. He's continued his run. It's a good ball in, and how's that not gone in? Well, that's a huge miss from Lewis Hall, the player who you would want in that position to apply the finishing touch. And from 2 yards out, he's put it over the crossbar.
Well, I think I've got to see this again because I can't quite believe it. I mean, it's a lovely ball. Again, Arsenal trying to play out from the back. They lose possession. And then the ball across the box. So you're just waiting for Lewis Hall to knock that into an empty net. And somehow, and to Arsenal's surprise, I think, as well, he's completely missed. He's put it up and over the crossbar. I'm sure we may get a chance to see that again in a moment. But, boy, what a miss. I think he's still thinking about that by the look on his face.
Well, here it is, Nigel. Talk us through this one.
Yeah, lovely cross, far post. Well, I don't know. I don't know how to describe that. It was just an awful miss, wasn't it? He just took his eye off the ball. He's thinking he's got a tap in, and it's up and over the crossbar.
Whipped in again, this time from the opposite wing.
Probably Lewis Hall won't get a better chance to score a goal than that this season, let alone in this game.
Well, it's his 12th appearance for the under-23s. 2 goals before that. Could have so easily been 3. Still trying to get my head around how that's not gone in, but for now, here come Arsenal. Trying to get Roy Walters on the attack. Again, the move breaks down.
Can't even blame a bobble on this pitch, can you?
Meadow Park. Really good playing surface. Rankin looked to try to get in. Not sure whether that was given as an offside or whether that was given as a dive. I think it's offside. Otherwise, the yellow card would have been out, but Arsenal do win the free kick. A hearts in mouths moment for the defenders as Rankin went down And the whistle was blown only momentarily, though. Another poor pass from midfield. Webster under pressure from Zach Swanson. Commits the foul on him. Webster looking for the right pass to make. Let's put that one straight out of play, right in front of the dugout where Kevin Betsy's waiting. Joined from the FA in the summer, of course, where he spent 5 years working across multiple age groups. He's actually England's under-18 head coach in September 2020. A former midfielder, actually, who made more than 400 Football League appearances, most notably for Barnsley and Wycombe Wanderers, and now, of course, is in charge of the next generation of Arsenal youngsters. Here's one of them, Zakor. Feeding it into Salah. Firm pass into his feet. Salah unable to take that one in his stride. And here's Xavier Simons, who's been a lot quieter in this second half. Right back, he was rampaging forward, wasn't he, on the right-hand side during the first half. Of course, assisting Chelsea's opener. And a lot more subdued since the restart. Big challenge from Alex Kirk, and one that he had to make. Obviously, though, it's still in possession. Elliott feeding it into the path of Vale. Now here's Wareham. All the way through for Hubert Grachik as we approach the hour mark here at Meadow Park. So far, nothing to separate these two sides. Neither of which has seemed to get clicking at their free-flowing best. Walters travelling into space to find Swanson. He tried to curl one round the defensive line for the on-rushing Miguel Aziz. It was an easy spot for Josh Brooking, Chelsea number 3. It's interesting what's happened to Lewis Hall, actually, since that miss. Seems to have gone into his shell a lot more. Few loose touches from him, Nigel.
Yeah, you just have to forget about it, you know. It's happened to many a player. It will continue to happen. But what he should be looking at is he got into that position to score. Okay, he didn't take it, but he was in the right position. So wipe it away and restart again. But from Arsenal's point of view in this second half there, again, they're struggling a little bit, aren't they, to get some real good possession of the football, particularly in those attacking areas.
Well, it's been stolen away from Biereth again. That time it was Josh Brooking. But Biereth's got a second chance here, second bite of the cherry. He's looking to get round Simmons. Shrugs him off to retain possession for Chelsea. Interesting to see just when Kevin Betsy looks to his bench. A few options on there. Wanted to switch things up. Joel Lopez, of course, a very attacking left full-back. Joel Adeo as well. Nathan Butler-Oyedeji, two rapid wingers. And, of course, Marcelo Flores has been in great form this campaign. Defending for his side to do first, though. Zakor steps across and wins a free kick. A desperate lunge from Xavier Simons to attempt to keep control of that ball. And it will be the game's second booking and the second yellow card for Chelsea as well.
It was a little bit rash, wasn't it? Simons in the end. He's trying to use his pace. He's just knocked that ball a little too far ahead of himself. and really all was in the covering position. Simmons was never ever going to get to that ball. And rightly so, the referee had no option but to book him.
The Chelsea captain has been in West London the majority of his life, actually. Joined from Brentford back in 2016, made his senior debut in the EFL Cup quarter-final, actually, against his former side, Brentford, a 2-0 win. Vocal and a tough tackling player who can play across the back line and in midfield as well. We saw a bit of it there. Just needs to try to control those tackles on occasion. Here's Aziz finding a pocket of space in attacking midfield for Arsenal. And back with Salah. Bit of a roulette from him before rifling a strike into the bottom corner. And just like that, Arsenal have turned this tie on its head. A moment of magic from Salah-Eddin makes it Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1.
Well, we talked about him before the game, saying he's the one player that, along with Hutchinson, I really like to watch playing. But I have to say, he hadn't done much in this game this evening. But that's a lovely little bit of skill in there. Just takes his time, switches it again to the right-hand side, fires it low across the ground, past the goalkeeper into the front corner. Beautiful goal by Salah-Eddin, and Arsenal lead 2-1.
Well, I did mention that he was yet to score in this competition, so if you are going to break your duck, that is the perfect way to do it. Not only scoring a special goal like that, but to do it against your team's big rivals. Certainly given Andy Myers, Chelsea 23's head coach, something to think about. Salah-Eddin grabbing his first Premier League 2 goal.
Linesman's injured again.
Oh dear.
Oh no, his microphone's just come off this time. We're all right. We don't need anybody from the crowd.
All sorts going on here at Boreham Wood tonight.
Doesn't need that. Just needs to know when to put his flag up and keep it down. Doesn't need to do any communication from the referee.
They are very passionate fans who support the teams at this level, but I don't imagine it's too loud at Meadow Park for the officials not to be able to hear each other when they shout to the sidelines. Here's Elliott into Wareham. Arsenal need to be careful here. They don't want to get sucker punched right after going ahead. Harvey Vale looked to take that one on the turn. Alex Kirk stepped in just in time to win the ball back. Now Ruel Walters can carry it forward. It's a nice touch from Biereth to keep that one in play and get away from his man. And look at Chelsea now scampering back desperately, trying to keep up with Biereth. Comes for Hutchinson, back with Biereth. Skies his effort. He just needed to get that one on target.
Yeah, maybe low and across the 6-yard box may have been the better effort. Or just a little chip to the far post where Arsenal had 2 players. Well, I think he saw his opportunity to maybe score and just rushed it a little.
A real opportunity for Arsenal to put a bit of space between them and Chelsea. It's been quite tight, quite tense between the two sides tonight. A real opportunity, though, fell to Mika Biereth just then, with 8 goals at this level already for the Gunners this season. Expected the back of the net to ripple once more. Just couldn't get it on target. Here's Hutchinson. Again, beating his man, getting to the byline. Firing straight at the huge frame. Oh,
the second goal of Arsenal has just unnerved Chelsea at the moment, and Arsenal on top, probably for the first time in the match. And I feel at the moment it's maybe a good opportunity for them to maybe go on and get the 3rd goal. But let's just see how Chelsea respond. But this is a good period for Arsenal.
I mentioned Chelsea's form coming into this game. They lost their last 2. Just take another look at this one, Nigel. You said low and hard.
Just looked a little. I mean, just if you're shooting on target, you've got to. I think you've got to go across the goalkeeper there. It was just too high for me, and maybe even a little pullback along the 6-yard box or a little chip to the far post. There were several options Beereth had, but being a centre forward, I understand why. He went for the strike at goal.
2 arms up on this near side. Salahuddin, scorer of Arsenal's second goal, delivers. Plenty of pace on it, plenty of dip. Just taken away from Zakor. Given away by Jack-Henry Francis. That's a bit of a collector's item. Wareham can try to escape and release Rankin on this near side. Well read by the Arsenal defenders who have got back in numbers. Chelsea from their counter-attack.
I think Henry Francis gave that ball away. I think he's had a strong performance tonight. He's worked very hard in that centre of that midfield. He's had a lot of work to do as well.
He's a Hale End product, Jack-Henry Francis, who really did make his name playing for the under-18s last season. He was an essential member of that side, barely missed a minute. Played a lot of football for the under-23s this time round. Of course, played for the first team in pre-season as well. On their trip to Scotland, featured against Hibernian. And also scored in the Premier League Cup game. A brilliant goal if you've not already seen it. Starting the move from his own 6-yard box before applying the finishing touch in the opponent's area. Really talented youngster in the Arsenal midfield, as we see that Chelsea are ready to bring on their first substitute, Joe Hay. Player who's been with the club for years and years, Joe Hay. Actually born in Tooting, South London, loves to run with the ball at his feet. Quite a different type of threat to what the Arsenal defence have faced so far, mainly being balls in from the wings. Here's a Gungbo. It will just settle things down before looking long. Didn't quite get the direction on that he wanted. He's helped back across to that side by Mika Beereth. It's not going to be able to keep that one on this near side. As though give Chelsea an opportunity to make this change, and it's going to be like for like in midfield. Charlie Webster leaving the field.
Charlie Webster. And coming onto the pitch is number 14, Joe Hay.
Player who really found his goal-scoring form last season, Joe Hay. Starred for the under-18s, 9 goals in 20 appearances, a whole host of assists as well. Be sure as well that his granddad's going to be watching him from the sidelines. He's with him at every single game, follows him up and down the country. I'm hoping his grandson can make a difference from the bench in this final 20 or so minutes. Hutchinson, well read by Wareham. Knocked on by Hall, but again the pass is loose from Chelsea's number 11. A lot of frustration from him. It's not really gone to plan tonight for a highly rated youngster. Gungbo now with Salah. Chelsea, of course, resting a few players due to their FA Cup game against Plymouth tomorrow. George McEachran's a pretty crucial member of this side, the midfielder, as is their goalkeeper, Teddy Sharman-Lowe. Striker as well, Jude Soonsup-Bell. I imagine now will be involved with the senior side tomorrow, but that's not to say that Arsenal are more fortunate. They're also missing a whole range of players. So Catalan-Kurjan still out of injury, Ben Cottrell as well, same Monlouis, James Oleinka, Kido Taylor-Hart, to name a few. Both sides struggling a bit, having to rely on their squad depth as Arsenal win another free kick in a good position.
Whether the referee was kidded a little bit there by BRS, wasn't it? Hall, who's not had a good few minutes, protesting his innocence. I'm not sure if there was a lot of contact, but the man in charge deemed there was enough to give a free kick to Arsenal in a good position as well.
Will be the right-footed in-swinging delivery from Salah Adine. It's not a good one though. Much to the delight of the travelling Chelsea fans. A wasted opportunity for Arsenal. Well, Xavier Mbiamba took a bit of a risk there. One-on-one against the player inside his own area. Trying to get past his man. Got the luck of the bounce and was able to clear. Playing with fire, Chelsea's number 4. Getting away with it on this occasion. There's a Gungbo. Cleared by Zakur. Good hold-up play by BRF. Switch to the right-hand side for Hutchinson to bring it down. Zach Swanson's on the overlap again. Full of energy, full of running. Swanson, but it's given away. And now Jaden Wareham might be in, but the flag's up on this near side. The play will be pulled back. See, when Harvey Vale gets into positions like that, it's one touch to receive the ball on the turn. He's immediately looking into the channels. On this occasion, it's a first-time ball. Went a bit too early, Nigel.
Yeah, just the movement. Arsenal just held the line really well. And just a straight run, really, by centre forward offline. Just having a look here. If Wareham looks injured, he's come over to the bench. There's just having a drink. Sure. First time I've seen this in the under-23 game myself. Stopping for drinks. I haven't seen if anybody was injured.
It has been a bit stop-start, hasn't it, tonight's game?
Yeah, I'm going to say that I haven't seen it in a few of the games that I've covered this season. I was just trying to look to see whether this is the goal. Look at that lovely little bit of skill and then the composure to take your time and then finish into the bottom corner. I didn't see anybody that was injured in. Why we've got maybe or is injured. That's why we've got this little break. It didn't show us that. Hopefully he'll be okay. But lovely, wasn't it? Lovely finish by Salah Adine. Terrific skill initially, and then just the composure to strike that ball into the far corner.
He's showing exactly why there's so much hype around him, Salah Adine.
It was interesting, wasn't it? Because I didn't think he was having his strongest game this evening, and he scored that goal, and it also seems to have brought him alive a little bit. He's been a lot more involved in the game since he scores. It's just all about confidence, belief. The ability's there. We all know that.
Speaking of which, it's again Aziz there who committed the foul. He had a tough loan spell at Portsmouth. Struggled to get himself into Danny Cowley's first team plans. Ended up making a few appearances from the bench before eventually forcing his way into the team. Injuries, of course, helped. He was unable to have his usual level of dominance within the midfield. He was recalled in the January transfer window. Almost expected him to go out on loan again, but Arsenal seem keen to keep him around. We'll see a lot more of him at this level as the season progresses. Walters intercepting play there. There is Aziz, Arsenal's number 10. 15 minutes left to play here. Arsenal leading by 2-1 from a goal behind. It's a really good ball from Alex Kirk. A bit of a trademark of his, actually. To this left-hand side. Now Aziz, a drop of the shoulder from him. Get past Lewis Hall. Outside of the boot pass as well, into a Gungbo. Many players around him, so forced to go backwards. And there's Aziz, desperate to try and get one out of his feet. Bend it into the top corner. A lot of power, just not enough whip on that one.
Yeah, good play though by Aziz. Good link-up play initially, and then when the ball comes back to him, just opens up the space for himself. Yes, the shot's wide of the target. We just see here, just opens up, tries to bring it back into the far post, but just a little wide. But it was good play all round by Arsenal.
Williams goes long with a looping throw in down the line. Zakor, a couple of problems, but when you're about a foot taller than anyone else that you're marking, you've always got the advantage when it does bounce in those situations. You can head it clear. Oh, Grachik taking a risk there. Well judged from the goalkeeper. He is good with the ball at his feet, Hubert Grachik. Perhaps not been his best kicking performance tonight, but he's very comfortable in playing out from the back. There's Kirk again, going for that diagonal switch of play up towards Biereth, who might take advantage of the bounce there. Only for Bergstrom to race off his line and smother the ball. Mbiyamba to Joe Hay. Bullied off the ball there. Gungbo, who's gone all the way in to the centre circle from left back to win back possession for his side there. Very strong, very fast. Very skillful player, Masida Gungbo. Zakor just deliberating on that one a bit too long. Does give away a free kick. There's two Chelsea players down. Zakor stands between the two of them. That was the switch of play. We're just seeing how close Biereth was there to getting that touch, Nigel.
Yeah, goalkeeper had it. Yeah, goalkeeper had it well covered. And I always say I don't like my goalkeepers doing this. It looks good when it comes off, but you usually find that they put themselves in a little bit of trouble. But it was good skill, I'll give him that. But I was holding my breath momentarily when Grachik tried that little bit of skill there. Boy, oh boy, I wouldn't want my goalkeeper doing that too much, I have to say.
Never saw that from Big David Seaman.
No, I don't think he was quite as nimble as that. Look what happened here. I think the two Chelsea players run into each other.
Yeah, looks like perhaps Jaden Wareham winded from that collision. Cut it into Ben Elliott. Do wonder which of the famous back four would be the first one to shout at David Seaman if he tried something like that.
I think we'd just look at him and walk away.
We're back underway from Joe Hay. Here's Rankin. Forced back by Agungbo. He's continued his run here, Rankin. It's good play by Chelsea, and Hayes in behind. A few options in the middle. Looking straight at Gracic. The goalkeeper stands tall to make the save. Simmons can bring the ball forward again. Rankin has his pocket picked by Salah. Salah can continue going. Biamba's got to come a long way across the sweep up. Good play by Salah-Eddin to drag his team out of trouble there. Way up the field as well. Aziz. Now Swanson. Hutchinson up against Williams for the 100th time tonight. Few skills from him. Much to the delight of the Arsenal fans stood next to him. Arsenal are just happy to keep hold of the ball. Chelsea prepared to make another change.
I think someone in the crowd was voicing the opinion that they didn't want Arsenal to go backwards. There, just keeping possession of the ball. They're in a really good position. Didn't feel that they had the opportunity to play into the box. They've come the right way back. And, unfortunately, now have just lost possession, and Chelsea making another change.
Well, that's the end of Ben Elliott's evening. Replacing him is Bash Humphreys. Bash Humphreys, a versatile defender. He joined the club from Reading, aged 14. He's ball playing, he's captained the under-18s, made his under-23s debut last season. Actually hated football until he was 7 years old, and then a friend introduced him to football trading cards back in the, during the 2010 World Cup. Match attacks that he used to trade with his friend, and ever since then he's been in love with the sport. There's that opportunity there for Joe Hay. Just fired straight at Gracic. I don't know how much the goalkeeper knew about that one. It was in the right place.
It was all about taking the right option from Hay, wasn't it? And I think he tried to outfox the goalkeeper by just shooting hard and low to the near post, but was covered, wasn't it, by Gracic. And as I said, he's been in the right place, the goalkeeper, on 3 or 4 occasions. He's made saves look easily. Just by being in the right position. It's good goalkeeping.
Arsenal trying to be a bit clever on this left-hand side with their attack, mixing it up a bit, some one-touch passing. Henry Francis wins that 50-50. On down the line it goes to Jaden Wareham again. Got the better of Orr, delivered across all the way to the far side of the pitch. Walters only temporarily dealt with it. Arsenal are back in numbers now. Nice roll of the ball by Salah-Eddin. Now look at the space for Hutchinson on the right-hand side. Driving straight at Williams onto his left foot. Only as far as Lewis Hall. Free kick conceded on Wareham by Alex Kirk. Rankin it is with the step-overs on this near side. Bit of a wait for the next game for these Arsenal youngsters. Looking to wait until Valentine's Day for their Premier League Cup showdown against West Brom. Still not seen this game out yet. I'm not sure that's where Aziz intended his header to go. Gracic was the grateful recipient. Yeah, final Premier League 2 game for a while for these Arsenal youngsters before that showdown against West Brom. Their final Premier League Cup group stage game against a side that they're just 2 points behind in the groups. If they win that, they win their group and they're safely through to the next stage of the competition. Chelsea, meanwhile, have got Tottenham at home on the 18th of February, so a bit of a gap for both of these sides after tonight's game. No excuses to leave anything out there on the field.
Substitution for Chelsea coming off the pitch. Number 7.
Third Chelsea substitute, Dion Rankin, coming off the field to be replaced by George Nunn. This will be a like-for-like substitution for them. Or will it? Looks like Nunn might be going more central. The left-sided attacker normally, joined from Crewe Alexandra, at the age of 16. Only managed 2 goals in 23 Premier League 2 games last season, though. And has only got 1 in 18 so far. But all it takes is one opportunity. He's looking to get into that area now, were it not for vital intervention from an Arsenal outstretched leg. Gracic again, taking a bit of a risk, and you could hear the general consensus from the fans around us. In the end, but the beneficiary, Chelsea's number 4. In towards Harvey Vale, who's been very quiet in this second half. That's a nice nutmeg from Zach Swanson. Fortunately, the ball did trickle out of play. Swanson enjoyed that one, that's for sure. Flicked on by Hutchinson. Now Adine, who's able to escape his man. Gallop forward. You've got Biref on the overlap on the right-hand side. Instead, he goes left, and it's Miguel Aziz, 1-on-1. Creeps just past the post. I think the offside flag had already gone up. Another big opportunity for Arsenal.
Yeah, good break, was it, by Arsenal. And Salah Adine, again, is involved. As I said, since he scored, he really has come alive, really looks confident with the ball. I think Aziz would have been given as offside, and that ball just drifting wide of the target anyway, but good play again by Arsenal.
More good defending from Thompson, isn't it?
Yeah, much better performance by Arsenal, I think, in this second half. They've looked better on the ball, created 1 or 2 opportunities, but need to see this game out now.
Just over 2 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Chelsea have a corner. Towards the near post. Headed up, not quite away, but that will do the job. Smashed clear by Salah Adine. The pressure as well from the Arsenal players. Mika Bireth charging upfield. Wanted to put some pressure on Dylan Williams as he cleared that one away. Wareham's being pulled back by Henry Francis. The referee's happy to waive advantage. No foul given there for Joe Hay going down either. Don't see any reason why that should have been a free kick, as he's just stronger in the challenge as Hay went to ground. Throw for Arsenal, which Biref is looking to take quickly. In fact, the linesman's reversed his decision and it will go Chelsea's way. And Arsenal so quick to press Chelsea when they have the ball in those situations. We know that they just want to play the ball into the channels. Jaden Wareham has chased the ball so diligently throughout the game, and of course now he's got some support in the form of George Nunn up there, who's also full of running. Head into the 90th minute here. Arsenal still in the lead. I think they know that Chelsea are going to throw everything at this final few stages. Nice play by Jack Henry-Francis onto his left foot, almost releasing Omari Hutchinson on the left-hand side. Possession won back though by Chelsea. Now here's Harvey Vale. Simons back into Dylan Williams. 5 minutes to be added on, just as it was at the end of the first half. And look at Miguel Aziz now, steaming forwards. He's been spotted by Hutchinson. It's a heavy touch by Aziz. Give credit to Bergstrom. Brave goalkeeping. He timed it right. He was able to make the save. A heavy touch by Aziz gave him the opportunity. He still needed to be there. Another opportunity squandered though from Arsenal. Biereth goes into the book.
Yeah, it was a good chance, wasn't it, for Arsenal? Look at this touch with his right foot. It's way too heavy. It's clear through on goal. Bergstrom was out quickly, but Aziz's touch really just made it comfortable for the goalkeeper in the end. He'll be very disappointed with that. And I think it was Biereth, wasn't it, that was booked as well.
A bit of protesting from Biereth on the halfway line while that move was going on. Must be said that the last two meetings between these two sides have been absolute gobfests. Firstly, a 6-1 win away at Chelsea in the Premier League 2 back in September. And then last month there was a Papa John's Trophy rout for Arsenal as well, a 4-1 win at the Emirates. Olayinka, Biereth, Hutchinson and Flores all on target. Jaden Wareham actually scored on that occasion as well. Been a lot tighter tonight. There may still be an opportunity for Chelsea to level the scores. In a way, get their own back. Not on this occasion though, as Arsenal can come forward. Look at Walters still charging forward in support of Hutchinson, who's going to go alone. Still Hutchinson. It's brilliant. Omari Hutchinson makes it 3-1, makes sure of the 3 points, and adds another goal to his personal highlight reel. It's Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1.
Goal scorer for Arsenal, number 7, Omari Giroud Hutchinson.
Yeah, terrific goal by Hutchinson. Look, pace, power, close control, direct, gets to the edge of the box, fires it near post, past the goalkeeper. And just look at the close control and the drive of Hutchinson. Just too good for the Chelsea defence. And then that low shot down to the near post catches out Bergstrom. Well, Arsenal lead 3-1, and now they should have 3 points as well.
Well, what a season that young man is having. Named on the bench against Nottingham Forest and Liverpool. Starred in the EFL Trophy against Chelsea. It's his 7th goal of the season, and he scored some spectacular ones in there as well. That one's right up with them. Such a good player to have in those close spaces, especially when you have the opportunity on the counter-attack. You just need someone to take the game by the scruff of its neck. His finishing is certainly coming on in leaps and bounds this season. As well, Hutchinson really is an exciting prospect for any Arsenal fan watching. It looks like the Gunners are heading towards 3 points here, which will put them clear of Tottenham in the PL2 at least. Here's George Nunn firing across goal. Oh, Jaden Wareham missing a clear-cut opportunity there. Scored a tougher one actually in the first half, didn't he?
Well, it was a great finish in the first half, and this is, well, I think this is another great opportunity. It's a bad miss. It simply has to make connection. Once you make connection, you have to score, and then the pressure really would have been back onto Arsenal. because we were just saying with Hutchinson's goal that the game was over, and that would have really give Chelsea a lift going into the last minute of this game. But Chelsea themselves have wasted 2 big opportunities in this match, and it looks like they're going to rue those missed chances because Arsenal are going to take the points.
Yeah, they only have themselves to blame, the visitors, tonight. Into the final 30 seconds at Meadow Park. What are your key learnings from tonight's game, Nigel?
Well, I think we had a scrappy game to start with, but I think Arsenal, in terms of possession, being more direct in the second half, change of system has allowed them to progress in this game, and the quality of the finishing from Arsenal has been very good.
Well, there is the full-time whistle. It's 3 goals for Arsenal. It's 3 different goal scorers, but most importantly, it's 3 points for Kevin Betsy and his side. They're up to 3rd in the PL2. As 3 is most certainly the magic number here in North London. It all started off so badly, though. It's Jaden Wareham it was who gave Chelsea an early lead, but then the Gunners came roaring back. Zakour heading home from a clever corner routine before Salah took the game by a scruff of its neck. Did a little pirouette on the edge of the area before rifling into the bottom corner, and then Hutchinson, in the 2nd minute of injury time, was able to add a cherry on top. Brilliant solo goal from him to make it here at the end of tonight's game. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1.